What's up, guys? Chase over here, bringing you another video to my channel. Anyways, guys, it's time for the Q&As. If you want to send a question for the Q&A, make sure you guys read the description box down below with all the details of how you can ask me questions. And if you guys haven't already, go check out my Monday Night Raw review from last night. Anyways, let's get started with this one. Anthony James TV asked, in the words of Skip Bayless, will the Minnesota Vikings regret not drafting Johnny Manziel? No, I don't think they will regret it, in all honesty. It's not because I hate Johnny Manziel. It's because I don't think the Vikings will regret it because you guys have Teddy Bridgewater. And then his second question is, who would you compare Teddy Bridgewater's career as a pro? Teddy Bridgewater's career as a pro, who could I compare it to? It's really hard to really compare rookies to pros. It's easy when during college, and then you can say, oh, well, he had the same tools that this guy had when he was in college. But as a pro, I don't really know what tools Teddy Bridgewater has yet. If I were to make the comparison, I would say Aaron Rodgers. I would compare him to an Aaron Rodgers. I think he will win a Super Bowl for the Minnesota Vikings, and he will be the franchise quarterback you guys have been looking for a long period of time. So I hope that answers your question. Red Wolf 316 asks, when was it the best time for TNA to end the Aces and Eights storyline? In my opinion, the beginning of 2013. Let's see, not really the beginning of 2013, because just don't forget that the Aces and Eights storyline was just to start to get a little bit more interesting when they revealed that Devon was it. In my opinion, you could have ended it in the summer of 2013. You did not need to drag it out to Bound for Glory, but I knew TNA was going to drag Aces and Eights out to Bound for Glory 2013, and I knew they were going to do that, and it took a long time for them to end it. But I think the summer of 2013 would have been a perfect time to end it. He also asked another question, and his question is, which wrestling game did you enjoy more? SmackDown Here Comes the Pain or No Mercy? SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I'm sorry. I can play season mode so many damn times, and I never get bored with it. Like, what I like about SmackDown Here Comes the Pain is, like, you can play the season mode, and there's different storylines throughout. Like, what I suggest for some people to do is create a character, and your wrestler's going to suck because he's not going to have the stats, but create a wrestler and go throughout the different years and see the different results you're going to get. Like, I created a wrestler and I did like 4 seasons worth. One season where, you know, he was just a newbie guy, and I did the tag team storyline, and, you know, I failed to win the Rumble, and I had a feud with McMahon at WrestleMania. And then the other storyline I did was like, you know, my guy, you know, finally won the Royal Rumble, won the title at WrestleMania, and then I did it where he had the championship up to a certain point, to then where I lost it, and then I did a feud with McMahon again, and then the fourth one, it was like where I was just champion for the whole year. So you can really do a lot of cool stuff with your guy if you do it. And he also asks a third question. Now, Red Wolf, here's the rules. I'm not going to get mad at you, but 2 questions per Q&A, not 3, 2. But since this is your first time asking, I'll be nice. And it's a simple question because it's not a hard one, so I'm not going to be mad at you. But next time, Red Wolf, only 2 questions. Otherwise, I'll leave the third one out. Just giving you the warning and the heads up. He asked, who do I think is going to win the series between the Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers? I've been saying this all year long. The Pacers are the only team that can beat the Miami Heat in a 7-game series. They have home court this time, and they are a team built to defeat the Miami Heat. That's where some people don't understand. The Pacers, why they struggled in the playoffs is those other teams have pieces that can cause the Pacers trouble. But when it comes out to the Miami Heat, this team is absolutely built to defeat the Miami Heat. Not defeat the Miami Heat in a 4-game series like that, but defeat the Miami Heat in like a Game 6 or a Game 7. They're ready to defeat the Miami Heat in a situation. I would like to say Miami would win just because I would like to see if Miami can retain their championship and defend the three-peat. But at the same time, I really do feel like the Pacers are going to get the upper hand because when teams go on a 3-peat type of system, it's really hard for them to complete. It's draining for the players, and the players have a lot more pressure than per usual. So I would like to think the Indiana Pacers, a much more hungrier team than the Miami Heat, will win this series. Once again, I don't hate the Miami Heat. I'm not one of those basketball fans that hate LeBron James and all this other crap. I really don't care about him all that much. But I just think the Indiana Pacers will overcome the Heat. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Heat won the series. But I think the Indiana Pacers are a well-equipped team to win the series and become, well, they won't become NBA champions, that's for sure. That's just my opinion. Final Limits asks, what do you see Bray Wyatt doing this time next year? Will he still be as good as he is now, or will he be a jobber in economy segments with Santino? I think he'll still be in a prime position now. The reason being is because he's feuding with John Cena now, and I know a lot of people will be like, well, so did Ryback and so did this guy. But the thing about Bray Wyatt is he's very high up in the company. Like, a lot of people do like what he is doing. And not only that, he's having a long feud with Cena, which I eventually would think that he would have long feuds with guys like Randy Orton and Batista and other Breakfast Club members, bitches. So I think he will still be in the position he is now. I don't think he will be a champion, but I think he will be in the position he is now where he's still doing his thing, still cutting the promos. I think he will still be fine. I don't think he'll become a jobber like The Miz and Ryback did. I think the WWE is really, really high on the Bray Wyatt character, but I could be wrong. What did you think of the New Breed from 2007 with Elijah Burke, Kevin Thorne, and Monty Brown? I'm not calling him by that stupid name that they gave him. His name is the Alpha Male Monty fucking Brown. I like the New Breed. I really like what they were doing with it. I felt that it would have been a great faction for CM Punk to be a major heel in, but of course the WWE realized, oh wait, this is ECW and we have no other baby faces, so we have to kind of keep CM Punk as our baby face. I really thought that it would have been a really, really good faction with CM Punk in it. I really, really did. I thought that was going to be really big money for, you know, the ECW faction and for the ECW brand, and not only that, for these superstars, when they break off from the New Breed and they go to Raw or SmackDown, we become major players. That's what I thought, at least, with the New Breed. So I really, really was high on them. Nintendo Fanboy 1998 asked, what do you think of McMahon versus Zach Gowen at Vengeance 2003? Terrible. Stupid. Got the wrong one-legged wrestler, as Vince would say to Johnny Ace all the time. Wrong one-legged wrestler. Hey, at least Zach Gowen made a career out of it, so good for him. He also asked, what did you think of when Randy Orton DDT'd Stephanie and then kissed her right in front of HHH who was handcuffed? That was beautiful. That was fucking awesome. It was one of my favorite Randy Orton moments because you forget, at that time, Randy Orton was not really doing shit. He was doing stuff with Rated RKO and he was just doing random stuff. He wasn't really a big threat to anyone at that time. Like, he was struggling with, like, what, Kofi Kingston and stuff? No, he wasn't struggling with Kofi Kingston back then. Who was he struggling with? He was doing something stupid at that time, from what I can remember. Here's Randy Orton, and you make him into a big-time heel. You make him kiss your freaking former best friend's wife in the mouth. That is just awesome. It was an awesome segment. One of my favorite Randy Orton moments for sure, next to him pushing Mick Foley down the stairs. Those are some of the highlights I have from Randy Orton. Maybe one day I'll make a video saying my top 10 Randy Orton highlights, just because he's my favorite motherfucking wrestler. Lino Gino asked, are you getting sick and tired of John Cena? Yes, I am. I'm really getting sick and tired of this guy being shoved down my throat. I don't hate John Cena like a lot of you guys do, but it's just so sick and tiring because the WWE has all this talent on their roster, and yet this guy is still the man. It's very annoying at times, but sometimes we just have to deal with it. As Batista would say, deal with it. Sometimes we just have to, but it's just getting sick and tired of seeing this guy sometimes. And where do you see TNA in the next 10 years? TNA in 10 years. I give them 3 more years tops. I'm being nicer than most people. People say they're going to go bankrupt next month. I think they're going to go. I think they're going to last a decent while. They still have Spike TV backing them up, but I think in 3 years' time, Spike TV is just going to be like, yeah, you guys ain't getting this shit done, and that's when TNA will fold. I give TNA a lot more years than a lot of people expect. People forget about TV contracts. Just because your company is going over doesn't mean the TV company won't help out in the time of need. And for Spike TV and their network, TNA is successful. Believe it or not, yes, TNA is successful on the Spike TV standards. And you forget Spike TV is not really that great of a well-organized channel. So TNA is one of their few original contents that really does good business for them. Whether you believe me or not, just look at the numbers for other Spike TV shows like Comps and shit. King Romeo asks, why are you in school and what time do you wake up for school? I'm in school to learn and get my broadcast journalism degree. That's why I'm in school, and I wake up whenever my first class is. Could be 10 o'clock, could be 8 o'clock, could be 11 o'clock, could be 1 in the afternoon. That's when I wake up to go to school. And what do you think about Tyson Kidd? Very talented superstar inside of the ring, but needs to show some promo work for me to really get behind the guy. Really do like the guy, though, in ring. He's probably one of the best in-ring guys I've seen in a while. I think he's very underrated in terms of what people think about him. And he just needs to stay healthy as well. But I really do like Tyson Kidd. He's a very good talent. Shirora Horo Horo asks, what do you think of Keenan and Kel? Very funny show. It's on Teen Nick. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. And do you still play GTA 5? Yes, I do, good sir. I play GTA online all the time. And if you want to hit me up on there, Smiles for Everyone is my gamer tag on Xbox 360. And no, I don't have a microphone to communicate with any of you guys. It got broken. You know my dog Biggie that normally sleeps on my bed during these Q&As? Yeah, he kind of broke it. So I do not have a microphone to communicate with you guys with. But if you ever want to play GTA Online, do some races, just fuck around with the cops, or play some capture games or team death matches, or do some missions, I'm down to do so. So, yeah, that's just the bottom line. So yes, I still play GTA 5 online. Lona Low asks, what do you think about Bruce Blitz? I think I answered this already. I like him. He's smart when it comes to wrestling. He's very good at promoting his website. He's very good with the content that he has. So really, in all honesty, I like Bruce Blitz. I have no problem with him. I like a lot of people on the internet. Okay, just being that clear. I don't really feud with anyone. I don't really hate other YouTubers. I respect other people who come on here to talk about wrestling and talk about sports, especially if you can entertain me. I respect a lot of people who do that because it does take somewhat a lot of courage to come on camera and talk about something that a lot of people just disrespect in professional wrestling, and just to say that you're proud of it. And even if you're not proud of it, even if you are bashing it most of the time, just to say that you're going on here and giving your opinion on professional wrestling is much respect to me personally. So I don't hate anyone who does the YouTube whatsoever. And what do you think about the sumo match between Akibono and Big Show at Mania 21? I did not need to see Big Show in a fucking... Oh, God. It was terrible. It did not go over as the W. I thought they were going to have an actual match. That's what I thought. I thought Akibono and Big Show were going to actually have a wrestling match, but they did a sumo match instead. And yeah, it was just terrible, man. I don't know what you want me to say about it. It was just terrible. Karari Ronso asked, and I'm sorry if I butchered that, what 80s movies have you watched and liked? Rocky. Godzilla's. Those are some 80 movies that I like. I don't know if they consider true 80s movies. Give me suggestions. Why don't you send me an inbox of 80 movies I should check out, and I'll watch them. What was that one? Fucking A. I watched it recently on demand. It was like it's like cops, or it was like it was a Police Academy, I think it was called. I'm not sure. I think it was Police Academy that I watched that I thought was pretty funny. I don't know if that's the name of the movie. I just remember I saw it and I said, let me go check it out. I thought it was pretty funny. And what movies do you find very overrated? I find the Avengers highly overrated. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, how dare you find the Avengers overrated? I mean, it's cool when they're all fighting and stuff, but the beginning of the movie is just boring. It's just like talk, action scene, that's cool. Talk, action scene, talk, action scene. It's just not really that great of a movie. Now, Captain America, Winter Soldier, that's a fucking great movie. Better than the Avengers, in my opinion. So I think that's an overrated movie. And yeah, I just think the Avengers is very overrated for what it is, in my personal opinion. And I would also even go to say, like, Hangover is kind of a little bit overrated, because I used to love the Hangover a lot, but then the more I saw it, the less funny that I thought it was. I was like, man, it was really funny when I first saw it. How come it's not as funny before? I don't know. Maybe the first Hangover I kind of find a little bit overrated. Maybe because all the sequels that they've made have just been terrible and not funny whatsoever. So, hey, it is what it is. Roy Poon asks, if you could remake any classic GTA game from the PS2, like GTA 3 and Vice City, would you remake them? Yeah, especially Vice City. I think Vice City would be beautiful. Beautiful on, like, the new systems that they have for, the Xbox One and the PS4. So yeah, I would remake Vice City in a heartbeat. And if you could bring back any characters from GTA San Andreas to make a cameo in GTA 5, which would you bring back and why? CJ, he's the main character from San Andreas. That's why. The Truth, for comedic purposes. I think Truth is a pretty funny character. Oh God, who did James Woods play? Who did James Woods play? You guys remember who? Torino. I'd bring back Torino. I think he could have some funny exchanges with Franklin, so I think he would be a good one. I think he would be a great character for all Three of them. I think he would be great interactions with Trevor, and I think he would be great interactions with Michael. So I think that it would be cool to have Torino back. So those would be the three that jump into mind. I don't know if you can bring characters back from the grave, but I think Ryder in a car with Lamar would be fucking hilarious. I'm like, come on. Oh, you're just a straight up buster, Lamar. That'd just be hilarious. But yeah, those are some characters I would bring back, in all honesty. That's just it. I can't really think because I killed off a lot of the good characters from GTA. Come on. Maybe Woozy. Woozy would be funny if they made like a San Fierro, expansion. Woozy could come back. That'd be cool. Jao Pipico asked some Deluxe Man questions. How much do you and Deluxe Man have in common? We're both wrestling fans. We're both, I guess, ambitious. I consider him ambitious as a person, and I'm ambitious as a person. So yeah, we're both wrestling fans and we're ambitious. He has his certain dreams and goals, and I have my certain dreams and goals. So I'm pretty sure we're both ambitious. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's it. And do you think WWE should hire Deluxe Man as a writer? If he wants to be a writer for the WWE, sure. He has a smart wrestling mind. I think he would be able to handle talent very well. I think that he would be able to get the most out of certain superstars, especially the underutilized talent. So sure, why not? Why not add him if he can get the most out of talent in the WWE? Leon Pasquale asked, what did you think of Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton feud from 2011? Those are some Randy Orton dark days for me because at that time, I really wanted Randy Orton as a heel, but they were trying to force him as a babyface, and it's just like, no. Randy Orton is not a good babyface, WWE. I don't know why they have this obsession of thinking Randy Orton is a babyface. He's a heel, and I don't give a shit, man. He's my favorite wrestler, but I like seeing my favorite wrestler at his best, not when he's a shitty babyface against Wade fucking Barrett, who was just jobbing to him left and right. Screw that feud. It sucked. And what did you think of Cena? Think of the crowd from Cena from ECW One Night Stand 2006, and do you think we need more heated crowd like that for Cena? It was funny. Fuck you, Cena was a funny chant. And then, when they were throwing the shirt back at him, I don't think every crowd needs to be like that, though, because think about this, Leon. You have a crowd like that every time for Cena, it loses its luster. It's just kind of like, man, I'm sick and tired of hearing the same chants for Cena. I know you probably just hate John Cena, but what I'm saying is, for me as a wrestling fan, I'll just get bored of hearing the same chants like, fuck you, Cena! Fuck you, Cena! It'll just be like, okay, we get it. You hate John Cena. Think of something original. Oh, cute. You threw the shirt back. It's not like I've seen this like 5 times in a row. You have to do something unique and original, and that's what I'm saying is I'd probably get sick and tired of hearing the same crowd. I don't like seeing the same thing all the time. That's what makes a John Cena character unbearable to me, is because we have to see him all the time, and he's the same damn thing. It'd be like to seeing that same damn crowd. And if anything, it would make me like Cena more, because I'm saying, does this crowd just really hate Cena that much that they have to say the same shit to this idiot, and he's still not going to change? If anything, I would start cheering for Cena a little bit more. So no, not going to say we should have more heated crowds like that, because it's cool when it happens every once in a while, because like the mixed reaction Cena gets, that's fine. But when he goes to a certain area like Chicago, or goes to London, or goes to Philadelphia, when they go to that areas and Cena's going to get booed, it's just awesome. And because that crowd is much more original and unique, that's what I like. So that's just me. That's just my opinion. You may have a different one, but I just feel hearing the same "fuck you, Cena" chants would just get boring, and mostly, if you think about it, they would probably take over the whole show just chanting "fuck you, Cena" the whole time. How terrible would that be for Daniel Bryan? Daniel Bryan's out there. They don't even give a shit. They're chanting "fuck you, Cena" during a Daniel Bryan match. Just saying, not every anti-Cena crowd is a good crowd. Like especially every single week. It's better when it's in spurts. 3 count asks, out of the two, who do you like more, Eric Rowan or Luke Harper? No doubt Luke Harper. I think Eric Rowan is garbage. He is just garbage. That's just my personal opinion. Luke Harper, I feel, has a lot of talent to do really good things for the WWE. I really do. So I like Luke Harper more. Do you think Tough Enough was a waste of time in 2011, since the guy who won... that guy with the long hair who looks like Gunner never got to wrestle in the WWE and shortly got released later? That Andy was such a piece of shit. He looked like Gunner. That's a good thing for him then, because Gunner sucks. Silent Rage my ass. That guy was garbage, man. And the funny thing was, if you do the research beforehand, he was actually in FCW and then got invited to do the Tough Enough show, and he just got sent back down to FCW. He did all that crap for nothing. And yes, it was a waste of time, and I think it's one of the main reasons why WWE has not brought back the Tough Enough show. Because, in all honesty, you wasted 13 episodes for the USA Network just to get no return in investment, because I feel Tough Enough did a good job at, you know, helping the WWE out and giving the WWE a little bit more of a different angle to it and made people excited to watch the WWE, because Tough Enough was a good show. It probably drove more eyeballs on the product, but they just ruined it because they were just like, oh yeah, fuck this guy. And I feel USA Network was like, look, this was a guy that you shoved down our throats for 13 episodes and we got no return in investment for him because he's gone from the company. We don't want to do the show again. That's what I probably think why there's no second season of Tough Enough, of the new revamped Tough Enough, I should say. Not technically its second season because, well, Tough Enough 2011 would have been like its 5th or 6th season. I can't remember, but hey, it is what it is. Cornelio Ranello asks, will Punk ever return, and when is AJ Lee coming back? Who knows with CM Punk. Phil Brooks is retired, guys. Leave him alone. And AJ Lee coming back? Probably July. I think she's coming back around July. She's getting married next month to Phil, so you guys want to crash the wedding, you guys can. I don't think he cares. And he asks, if you can go 5 countries outside the U.S., which countries would you go to and why? 5 countries outside the U.S., Canada, Mexico, Netherlands, Ireland, and the UK. There you go, buddy. 5 countries for you. I don't know if those count. I don't know if I cheated there, but hey, it is what it is. Kazuya Mishima asked, if you could bring back 3 shows from the 80s, from the 90s, which shows would it be and why? Sorry, I read 80s there, but it was 90s. Hey Arnold, just because I like that show and I think it would be funny to see it revamped again. Rugrats, because I feel a lot of kids should be watching Rugrats. It was one of my favorite kids shows, and it gives kids imaginations. Like, these kids don't need smartphones for imagination. They can watch a damn Rugrats. And I think All That, because I feel All That did a good job producing really good talent for Nickelodeon, and I feel sketch comedy is very good. I felt it was like a kid's version of Saturday Night Live, so I'm fine with All That coming back. World Herald Q&A. World Herald question 1. What does Chase Oliver 68 think of when JBL beat the crap out of Hornswoggle in the hospital on a segment on Raw? I have to rewatch that segment, buddy, and if I do, I'll tell you my answer then. I think that was during WrestleMania 28 build-up, I believe, because it was revealed that Finlay the whole time was Hornswoggle's dad. World Herald question 2. How much does Chase Oliver 68 weigh as of now? Asked by World Herald. I weigh a whopping 210 pounds. Yep, I weigh that much. I'm a fat ass. And finally, John Cutt asked, why does Eric Rowan wear a goat mask? Doesn't that make from what? Why does Eric Rowan wear a goat mask? Doesn't that make him look more comical than creepy? I don't know. I'm not the guy who writes for Eric Rowan. So, like I said, most of these questions I can't really answer because I'm not a writer for the WWE. If I was, then I wouldn't be doing Q&As. Just saying, because, like, fuck, man, I'm getting paid, like, $80,000 a year just to write for these idiots. But, maybe they think it looks creepy. I mean, the goat mask is kind of creepy if you think about it. If you looked at that shit, if you saw a little kid wearing it, I would be creeped out. I don't think it makes him look more comical. I don't know why they make him wear the goat mask. I don't get the masks in the first place for the Wyatt family, but hey, it is what it is, what they do with them. So, I don't know, dude. Like, honestly, I don't know why he wears a goat mask. I don't know why they think it looks creepy. I don't know if it makes him look comical. I don't view it as that. I just view him as a piece of trash wrestler. That's just me. I view Eric Rowan as a piece of trash wrestler. I really don't care what they do with him. And doesn't Eric Rowan look like the Highlanders? He's as crappy as the Highlanders tag team. Yes, he is. That tag team was shoved down our fucking throats. Remember every segment before you went to commercial, we got, oh, that's the Highlanders. They're coming to Monday Night Raw. And those two didn't do shit. Man, where are those guys? I'll have to Google them later. But anyways, guys, thanks for sending in the questions. If you guys like me, subscribe down below. Make sure you guys check out my website, chillinwithchase.com. Follow me on Twitter at chaseauber68. I'll talk to you all later. I will be, pretty much watching the NBA draft lottery. Go Timberwolves. Hope you guys get a higher pick than 13. Maybe steal your way to the #1 pick. Going to be watching the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. I'll have more videos coming out during the week. I haven't decided what I'm going to do during the week, but I'll have more videos this week. But if you guys haven't already, check out the Raw review. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. Remember to keep sending your questions. I am out of here. Peace!